Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're looking past all the flashy screens and gadgets to find the actual blueprints for using technology effectively in schools. How do we make sure that tech is actually a powerful tool for learning and not just some expensive distraction? We see them everywhere, right? Tablets, smartboards, laptops. But is all this stuff truly making education better? Well, the answer, as we're about to find out, isn't really about the devices themselves. Nope. It's all about the strategy behind them. So let's dive into the science of integrating technology with a real purpose.
Okay, so to really get to the heart of this, we first need to make sure we're all on the same page, speaking the same language. What do experts actually mean when they throw around a term like ICT integration?
First up, ICT. According to UNESCO, you should just think of it as this big umbrella term. It basically covers any piece of tech that helps us handle information, whether that's transmitting it, storing it, creating it, or sharing it.
And believe me, it is so much more than just computers and the internet. We're talking about a huge range of tools here, everything from a simple handheld calculator all the way to global TV broadcasting networks and, video conferencing.
And that brings us to the really important word here, integration. Now, this is not about, say, letting kids play a computer game as a reward for good behavior. No way. True integration means weaving technology right into the fabric of the lesson itself, using it to introduce new ideas, to reinforce what students are learning, and to extend their skills.
So this all leads us to what is maybe the single most critical principle in all of educational technology. It's a rule that pretty much all the experts agree on, and honestly, it's just about putting the horse before the cart.
To put it simply, pedagogy, that's the art and science of teaching, it has to be the driver. The technology is just the vehicle. So you don't find some cool new app and then try to build a lesson around it. You start with your teaching goals, with what you want the students to learn, and then you go find the right tool for that specific job.
And when teachers get this right, the effect is, it's profound. As the researcher Margaret Lloyd points out, it's not just about changing how students learn. It can change what they learn. It can literally transform the curriculum, opening up whole new topics and ways of thinking that just weren't possible before.
And this quote from UNESCO just nails the ultimate goal. The tech shouldn't be some kind of special event. It should feel as natural as picking up a marker to write on a whiteboard, just an invisible, seamless part of the whole learning environment.
Okay, so if the goal is the seamless integration that's always guided by teaching principles, how do educators actually make that happen? How do they plan for it? Well, let's take a look at a few of the key blueprints they use.
So this one here is L'Oreal's conversational framework, and it sees learning as a process with 5 key stages. For a teacher, this is super practical. They can look at each stage, from that initial moment of getting new knowledge all the way to the final stage of creating something new, and ask, okay, what specific tool is going to help my students right here, right now? It makes sure that tech always has a clear purpose.
Here's another way to look at it, this one from the researcher Ki-Yun Wang. Successful integration needs a balance of 3 things. And you can see right away, pedagogy is the biggest piece of the pie. It's half. It guides everything. Social interaction and the tech itself, they're absolutely essential, but they're there to support that core teaching strategy.
And finally, teachers also have to think about the specific role the tech is going to play. Young's framework gives us 4 main options. Is the tech the main subject, like you'd see in a coding class? Is it the main way the lesson is delivered, like in e-learning? Is it just a part of the lesson, like a simulation? Or is it a background tool, just there to help students collaborate, maybe on an online forum? Each role needs a totally different approach.
Now, these frameworks, they're not just some dry academic theories. They're real, practical tools that are helping educators work towards a much, much bigger global mission for their students.
This is what it's all about. The UNESCO ICT Competency Framework lays out these incredibly ambitious goals, and it makes it crystal clear that the point isn't just to teach a kid how to use a computer. The real goal is to use technology to build a creative, problem-solving workforce, to empower people to make informed choices, and to foster a more inclusive and peaceful world.
And that really brings us to the big takeaway here. When we make that shift from just using technology to thoughtfully integrating it with purpose, we completely transform the classroom. We get to move past students just passively listening and instead create these active, collaborative environments that are going to truly equip them for the 21st century.
So this all leaves us with one final and I think crucial question. With these kinds of blueprints in our hands, we have the power to do more than just change a lesson plan. We can actually reshape the future of learning itself.
The only question is, what kind of future are we going to choose to build?